So that's what I did for her on Friday. And one last thing that's significant about Friday is that that's the second time that I was on the highway with my bike, and the first time that I was out on the highway daytime, because the only other time was at nighttime, 10 o'clock, going to that party after the final exam of our first semester of grad school, the night before. So anyway, and like I got too comfortable. I broke that fear for her, I guess, but I broke it pretty fast in that after no time I was going 100 miles per hour. Anyway, so that was Friday. Saturday I didn't do anything for her because she doesn't work on Saturday. But in an effort to be social, like that, which is a big goal that I'm trying to like give my social life, or give birth to my social life. Like I went to the beach Saturday night at 10 to 2 a.m. and that was a lot of fun because we went to the beach, me and two other friends, and even though like this tropical storm is coming and whatnot, and then we had chocolate cupcakes, and then we went to eat and whatever. So anyway, came home at 2 a.m. was doing laundry because that's what guys do. They do laundry at 2 a.m. And then I texted her earlier. I was like, hey, good night and whatever. And she called me at 2 something, and she's like, hey, how are you doing, whatever. And I was like, oh, just doing laundry and whatnot. She's like, I want to tell you something. And I was like, yeah, what's up? She's like, well, I went to this wedding reception today, and I saw this girl that you liked before, and like it was weird when me and my ex first met. It's that like she was into me, and she found out that I was into this other girl, and it's this other girl that she saw at this wedding reception, and she was a dancer there. And I was like, oh yeah, I know, I remember her. She's I saw her profile picture on Facebook and whatever. And my ex said, yeah, she gained some weight, and I was like, yeah, she gained a lot of weight. She's like a walking whale. And so and I was like, you should probably tell her about Weight Watchers. I hear they do wonders. I don't know why I said that. Because I wanted to like show my ex that girl no longer meant anything. So I guess that's why I critiqued her overweightness or whatever. I don't know. So anyway, so I was like, oh, so you wanted to tell me that? I was like, no, I didn't want to tell you that. I wanted to tell you that at this wedding reception, I missed your presence in a long time. And I was like, because I didn't know how to take that 2 a.m. in the morning and whatnot. I was like, that's thanks for telling me and whatnot. I didn't want to, make it bigger than it was, and I was like, okay, you thanks for sharing that and whatnot. Maybe the thought of being at a wedding setting and the fact that your parents are gonna get you married in a couple of months made you feel frantic, and that's why you thought about me as a tap out option if all else fails. And I was like, I don't want to be a tap out option. Anyway, so she told me like she missed my presence in a long time. So then it was Sunday morning. So I went to bed at 3:30 after doing laundry and whatnot. Woke up at 7. So that's not enough sleep. Anyway, I got up and I had plans to do something again for her today, Sunday. But there was like a crazy storm going on, like a tropical storm or Hurricane Isaac. And so I got up this morning, looked outside, it looked very gloomy, but it wasn't raining. It was like, everything was wet though. So I was like, let's do this. So geared up and everything, headed out. And I got a mile on the highway, and before I knew it, it was like raining and there was like wind and everything. And initially, like I had this mindset of trying not to get wet, and so I was like kind of frantic. I was like, oh fuck, I'm getting wet. But then I just accepted. I was like, wait, I can get wet. I'm not gonna die. Like everything I have is already in a plastic bag, because I thought of like just in case it was raining, like my cell phone was in a Ziploc bag and whatnot. So So I was like, oh, that's cool. So I just accepted that, and then it wasn't scary anymore. What was scary is that the tremendous amount of wind kind of pushes the motorcycle, not just creating resistance as you're going forward, but like as you're going forward, it kind of pushes the wind, kind of pushes you this way. So or like this way, whatnot. So you can feel the fact that you're being pushed a certain way. So you have to like not just go straight, but at an angle, almost. And so like that was very different to me because I was like, I don't want to crash into the car next to me and whatnot. So, but after a while, I got very comfortable riding in the rain, and I just like I broke my fear of riding in the rain. Like now, I'm not scared at all. So then, like sooner than later, like I was doing more than 100 on the highway in this stormy weather because I was running late. And what was happening was that I wasn't going to her workplace, which was 12 miles away from here. I was going 20 miles to get her favorite flower from this like public place that has like gardens of her favorite flower. So I drove past her. I drove like past her place. Like her place is 12 miles, and I rode 8 miles more. Went to that place, found a decent looking flower because all the other ones were like blooming, other ones were dying. So I found the most decent looking one. Put it in a you know when you go to a Chinese restaurant, they give you like the little soup container or whatnot. I put it in that container and put that in my backpack because I didn't want the flower to just be unprotected in the backpack. And so I thought this through, man. Anyway, got back on the highway, rode 8 miles back to her place. Was sitting outside in the parking lot on my bike, waiting for her because she opens on Sundays at supposedly 8:20 to 8:30. I got there exactly at 8:24. And I was like, okay, I hope I didn't miss her going into the store because my plan was to give her the flower as she was coming to open the store and whatnot. So I stood there, sitting on the bike and waiting. It was 8:30, and I was like, oh, okay, she's gonna be here soon. 8:40, I was like, oh, maybe she's running late. 8:50, I was like, okay, maybe she's running super late or whatnot. Maybe she didn't get enough sleep. She just woke up late, whatever. 9:30, 9:40, 10 o'clock. I was still out there, and it was lightly raining, and I was just sitting on my bike, and I wasn't bored because there was like I had like tremendous fun in my head about like I was like, oh, okay, I have some time, let me like think about stuff. And so I mean, like, it wasn't a waste of my time, but it was just like I was sitting in the rain, which I just like accepted, and that didn't bother me that much anyway because I was already wet. And I waited until I didn't know how long I was gonna wait. I was like, am I gonna leave at a certain time? I didn't know because I was like, I'm gonna wait here as long as it takes or whatnot. But then I found out that they were gonna be closed by asking this guy who was doing maintenance work there, and they're like, oh, they might be closed today and whatnot. So I was like, oh shucks. So I didn't want to go directly back home because that's a waste of like, I don't know, like I just did that for nothing. So I texted my friends. I was like, hey, anyone around the area want to hang out? And then one of my friends responded. I was like, oh cool, meet me at this place. And I was like, and so then I got on my bike and I was leaving the parking lot. As I was leaving the parking lot and going to the first light to enter the main street, I saw 2 cop cars enter the parking lot. And before when I texted my friend and he's like, okay, yeah, let's meet up. And then I got back to my bike, and as I got back to my bike and I was mounting the bike, a car parked next to me. From that car emerged the woman that I saw Friday that went to the back to call the manager. Let's call her Carol. Carol parked next to me, and then she looked at me like she couldn't see my eyes, but she looked at me with this like not suspicious, but like kind of scared look almost. And I was like, I didn't do anything to you, but I didn't say anything. And I just saw her parking next to me, and like a bit later, I don't know if she called the cops or whatever, but like as I was leaving, I said I saw the cops, and like 2 cop cars came. One cop went to one store, and the other cop went to the other store of the conjoined building, and that's what helped me realize that they weren't there to eat. They were there to answer a call, and I'm pretty sure the call was for me because I was sitting in the rain for 2 hours and 20 minutes, not doing anything, and that looked very suspicious, I guess. But I left that place. I went to hang out with my friend,